Free agency during a pandemic is going to be an entirely new experience, so let's look at some unexpected but realistic landing spots for the NBA's top free agents. Hi guys, it's Devin Howard. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can find me there as @DevinHoward. Subscribe to the Fumble, tap the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. This year, there aren't many teams with a lot of money to spend. There are also only a select number of players who are worthy of that kind of commitment, and the expectation is that most players will re-sign with their current teams. But of course, surprising things can happen once the market opens. So let's start off by talking about Danilo Galinari. The 6'10" swingman is expected to re-sign with his current team, but here are some options if he chooses not to. He's going to have a selection of teams that are interested in him despite his history of injuries. The easy option, of course, would be sticking with the Thunder, but heading to the Miami Heat, who chased him to discuss a contract extension at the trade deadline, is on the table too. But if the Thunder decides to head into a full-scale rebuild, this could be the time for the Phoenix Suns to swoop in. The Suns need a spacer to keep the interior clear for DeAndre Ayton and a scoring threat to prevent opponents from overloading Devin Booker. Phoenix could offer Danilo more money than any other team, and if they continue this upward trend, it actually could be a good landing spot for him. Montrezl Harrell could shock us by going to the Pistons if the Clippers aren't willing to pay him what he wants. In Detroit, he'd have all the shots he wanted and could be a great pick-and-roll screener for Derrick Rose or Blake Griffin. Sure, his odds of winning with the Pistons pale in comparison to Los Angeles, but Detroit could offer him the contract and minutes that he'd probably want. Fred VanVleet says he would re-sign with the Raptors, but his bank account would be better off if he took the money and went to a team in desperate need of a rebuild, like the Knicks or the Pistons. If he went to Miami, he'd get a huge salary and still be a contender. Right now, the Heat are the only team that has the money to actually spend on a top free agent. Next up, we have Brandon Ingram. If he's not offered max money once the market opens, then he might start looking elsewhere. The Charlotte Hornets are looking for a focal point for their offense. Brandon is a North Carolina native with the star power to energize the team. His shot creation would immediately push him to the top of the offensive food chain. Finally, and this one breaks my purple and gold heart, we have to talk about Anthony Davis. Now, the chances of him leaving the Lakers are very, very slim, thankfully, but it's still within the realm of possibilities, so we must discuss it. If he did want a change of scenery, the Knicks would probably have to snag a second star to work with AD if they wanted to sign him. Of course, like I mentioned before, AD will almost certainly re-sign with the Lakers, but if he's not interested in staying in Hollywood and playing with the greatest athlete in the league, the Knicks could be a desirable landing spot for him. I don't even want to think about that though. That is honestly ridiculous. Which of these do you see happening? Do any of them seem plausible to you? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell. I'm Devin Howard for The Fumble, and I'll see you later.